Hey guys, I'm reviewing a product from the brand Cinema Secrets Pro Cosmetics. Now this is a very new brand to me. I have never heard of this brand before, and so yeah. Now the reason I was very interested in this brand was because of the price and the amount of product you get in this. Now before we get into that, the name of the product is Ultimate Eyeshadow 5-in-1 Pro Palette. Now they have two palettes out right now. The one I have here is called the CHROMA Collection, which has a lot of warm tone colors. They do have like one cool tone color in the palette, and then they also have the other palette. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's more of like a cool tone, like smoky kind of a palette, which I was not very interested in. Just the color selection was not very me, so I just went for this. Now, as I said, the reason I bought this is because you have only 5 shadows in this palette. It's a very small, concise palette, but this retails for $40, guys. $40 is a lot of money for just 5 eyeshadows. Now, when I saw the amount of product you get, that is 10 grams in total. So if you break it down for 5 shadows, you get 2 grams of product in each pan, which translates to 0.07 ounce of product. It just reminded me straight away. It reminded me of VIseart eyeshadows. You know, their 12 pan eyeshadow palettes. They also carry the same amount of product, 0.07 ounce of product, and you have 12 eyeshadows, and that retails for $80. So 6 eyeshadows you'd pay $40 for VIseart, but here you have 5 eyeshadows, 1 shadow less, and still you pay $40. So that's why this product actually truly caught my eye, and see, I wanted to test and see, had to see if this product is seriously maybe better than VIseart eyeshadows, because it is definitely priced more than VIseart eyeshadows. So that's why I really wanted to like buy it and see if it's really good or not. So yeah, this is the box that it came in. And it says here that, what does it say? It says that get your dose of heavy metal with this CHROMA collection, which is creamy metallic foil eyeshadows. And this molten metal palette is loaded with atomic silver. These are the shades that it has. You can see you have like silver, like you have a rose gold, then you have like a copper, and then like a very brown shade, like a very deep bronze shade. That's what it says: atomic silver, rose flare, gold horizon, cosmic copper, and beyond bronze. So these colors, they say that you can be used both dry and wet. Let me quickly read what it says on the product page of Sephora. Says that these eyeshadows actually have very less fallout. They say that it virtually has no fallout. Then these shades in the palette comes in magnetic pans, which can be changed as per your wish. It is an interchangeable palette, they say. And the shadows are very high intensity, and it does come with a mini eyeshadow brush. And they also say that Cinema Secrets Pro products are all cruelty free and are formulated without parabens, sulfates, and phthalates. So yeah, $40 for 5 eyeshadows. So let's see how the palette performed and everything. So this is the actual product. It's pretty simple. You can obviously, it's nice. It's not like completely transparent, which I really like. It just shows the shades that you have, which is definitely useful, but the rest of the area is covered properly with like an opaque packaging. And then it says Cinema Secrets Pro Cosmetics, and at the back it has its shade names and how much product you get and everything. But you don't have like the list of ingredients here, but although you have it in the box, so if you get rid of the box, you probably you wouldn't have anything for reference. So yeah, that's it. So let's take a look at the product. It's pretty lightweight actually. Now it does come with a mirror. Here you have like it's transparent here, as you can see. The circles are transparent. Then you have like a very narrow rectangle of mirror, which like you can literally just meant for you to just view your eyes, just literally your eyes. I don't think you can see anything else through this mirror. So it's like a very narrow strip of mirror. And then it does come with I didn't even take it out. It does come with a brush, which is like synthetic brush. It's like a flat brush, like a shader brush, probably because all of these shades are metallic foil shades. You do not have any satins or shimmers or anything, or mattes. All of them are metallic. Now these are pretty much like your basic, very popular neutrals. Now another thing which totally like occurred to me when I saw the color selection is, we didn't know Melt Cosmetics is coming out with a new stack. I don't know what it's called, but it has silver, it has a copper, and it has a gold. Like these three shades are available. Then I think Melt Cosmetics, in addition to these three shades, they also have like a red shade. So the shade selection also reminded me of the Melt Cosmetics stack. So that retails for $44, I think, for just four eyeshadows. So that is way more expensive than this. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I also bought it, because it reminded me of the very in the recent future. You'd be seeing like in the near future, sorry, in the near future you'd be seeing like a Melt Cosmetics stacks which has these three shades, very similar. But anyways, let's get on to the swatches. Now first is, do you see how incredible it is? This is crazy, guys. This is that silver shade, and then I barely touch my finger in the pan. This is that rose gold. This is actually rose gold shade, which actually looks rose on my skin tone. All the rose gold shades that I've tried, all of them look very just like champagne. In fact, it turns like, I don't know, like a champagne shade on my skin tone, but this actually is rosy on my skin tone. You can definitely tell that this is a rose gold shade. And then next is a beautiful yellow gold color. This is also foiled. Then is like a copper shade, as you can see. And finally, oh wait, this has somehow mixed with the silver shade. Not somehow, I'm sorry, this kind of mixed, the bronze kind of mixed in with the silver. That's what you get when you mix it. And this is the actual, the true bronze shade, the shade that you see here. The shade. So I have to say that these eyeshadows live up to the claims that Cinema Secret makes. I literally experienced no fallout, zero fallout, guys. In fact, when you look at the shadows up close, you can see like chunky glitter in it, which catch and reflect the light so beautifully. But there is zero fallout with these eyeshadows, and they are extremely foiled. Now there are many brands, you know, that say that it's like high metallic, very foiled, but I think the only foiled eyeshadows I've used is from JD Glow Cosmetics. And then I do have just one eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, which is the, what is it called? Is it called the foil finish? I don't know what it's called. You know, with the one which costs $10 just for the pan. I've tried those. Those are like very foiled finish. And then the next foiled finish shadow that I've tried is from this. This is tremendously pigmented and tremendously like so wet even to the touch. When you touch it, it's so emollient, and like it's not slippery, but you can tell that it has like, it's like rich with a pigment, and it's like so wet even in the pan. It's like so stunning, guys. This reminds me so much of the Makeup Geek, what's it called? Is it called, I don't remember the name. I think it's foiled finish or something like that. I don't remember the name. I just have one eyeshadow from that from that eyeshadow type. You know the one which costs $10, which is like very foiled. They have a lot of colors. So these eyeshadows remind me so much of that formulation. In fact, I think it's just exactly this. Obviously, it's not the same formulation. It's probably different, but just as a consumer, as a layman who's used one of the eyeshadows from Makeup Geek, which is very foiled, and these shadows, just as a layman who's just using makeup, I feel that both are actually very similar. If someone said these are Makeup Geeks, that those foiled eyeshadows, I think I'd agree with them. I would not have suspected that it's probably some other brand coming up with shadows like that. It's so similar. But then if you, I think, like I said, I think those eyeshadows cost $10 each. So if you want to buy 5, you'd probably have to spend $50, and you you wouldn't have packaging, which is very important because you would have to spend another $20 on packaging. But this obviously it comes with packaging, and you get $5 for, sorry, you get 5 eyeshadows for $40. Definitely it's on the pricey side, but you do get a lot of product. 2 grams of product per pan is definitely more than what you would usually get in like in a full size singles. And plus this comes in like in a palette, so it's definitely it's something that I appreciate, that the amount of product you get in each pan is pretty good. And the palette is actually pretty sturdy. When I push it down, it doesn't like budge or anything. It's pretty good. It does come with a brush and everything. I'm actually very, very impressed with the eyeshadow quality and the way it applies. Now, my eyeshadow look is in the inner corner and the outer corner I have the copper shade, and in the center of the lid I have the gold, and in the outer corner and in the crease I have this bronze shade. Now, I don't have a problem using a shimmery shade in my crease and the outer corner. But if you have a problem with that, and if you are someone who refuses to use a shimmery shadow in your crease, then you should definitely reach out for another palette to incorporate in your eye look. But if you do not have a problem with using a shimmery shadow, this bronze shade, it blends beautifully. I had literally zero problem blending it. And my only concern is when I'm using an eyeshadow palette in the outer crease, it has to be a little bit deeper, and it's kind of deeper, but it's not like too deep, enough to give like a very dramatic like definition and very dramatic look. It's not very deep enough to give me a dramatic look. As you can see, the eyeshadows are not faded away or anything. The eyeshadows are there, but the outer corner doesn't look very deep or dramatic. Is because this is not very deep. As you can see, it's very similar to my skin color. It's a little bit deep, but it's not very deep enough to give like a dramatic look. So if you just use this palette for an entire look, you'd have beautiful shimmers on the eyelids, but I don't feel you'd get like a very dramatic look. For a very dramatic look, I definitely would need to reach for another palette to use like a very deep shade. So yeah, that's my review, guys. I think this is like, the quality is pretty like fantastic. It's really fantastic, truly. So if you are someone who's on the hunt for like neutral, for ultra foiled, not just foiled, ultra foiled eyeshadows, I think you should buy this. And it also have all the trendy, beautiful, warm toned foil eyeshadows, that is. And this silver is crazy. It's crazy, guys. I was like shocked when I applied the silver on the eyelids. And just imagine how it would be if you like wet your brush. It's like, it's incredible, truly. I totally recommend this palette if you're someone who's looking for just a collection of eyeshadows, because these foil eyeshadows, if you buy in singles, are pretty expensive. And you do get a lot of product here in each pan. So yeah, if you're really on the in the market for something like this, I think this is definitely like a very cost-effective way to acquire ultra foil eyeshadows and warm toned eyeshadows for like a really good price with packaging. Because all of these indie brands which sell like incredibly good eyeshadows, they all sell in like just in a pan. It doesn't come with the packaging, and which makes it very expensive for the end user, because I would have to spend again $20 whether I buy one eyeshadow or 10 eyeshadow from an indie brand which does not come with the actual packaging. I would have to spend another $20 on an actual packaging, like a magnetic palette, where I have to store these pans, right? So personally, that's the only downside for me to buy from an indie brand, because it doesn't come with an actual packaging. I would have to spend money on the packaging, which makes it actually pretty expensive. So yeah, I really love that these come in like a packaging. And so yeah, it's like a 2 thumbs up for me, and I highly recommend this palette. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it. And hang on, this is an online only palette. I don't think you would find this in the stores, in Sephora stores. and it says it's new, so this is not a limited edition or anything. You can definitely buy it whenever you want it, now or during the sale, or whenever it's like perfect for you to buy this palette. So yeah, I don't know if Cinema Secret is exclusive. It doesn't say it's exclusive to Sephora. It just says new and online only on Sephora's product page. So yeah, probably you can find these wherever the brand Cinema Secrets, what's it called, Cinema Secrets Pro Cosmetics is available. So yeah, that's it guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.